it's Sue from veganrecipes.com. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really yummy Knödel with a creamy mushroom and leek sauce. This seriously tastes so good. It's also vegan and gluten free, and you can also make the Knödel into croutons, and I'll show you how to do that as well. So this dish is actually something that I made for lunch once and I posted it onto Instagram, and someone actually said to me that they would love to make this for their friends. On my Instagram I was also really happy to see that someone actually made my Asian lettuce wraps and it looks so good. So yeah, if you're not following me on Instagram, you should. That's enough talking, let's go to my kitchen and I'll show you how to make this recipe. We need 3 tablespoons of margarine, 1 leek chopped but just the soft part, 2 small onions sliced, but you can also use a medium onion, and a medium bay leaf. We'll also need half a cup of raw cashews and 2 cups or 100 grams of gluten-free bread chopped. You can use any kind of gluten-free bread. 2.5 cups of vegetable broth, and some pepper and salt for seasoning. We'll also need 8 to 10 small mushrooms halved, and the same amount in cherry tomatoes, another 8 to 10 halved as well. If you like, you can also add some rocket and sprouts for an extra little bit of colour and garnish. We'll also need some water for blending. I'm going to start the sauce first, so add in 1 tablespoon of margarine to a hot non-stick pan, and then add in your onions, leek and bay leaf. While that's cooking, toast your cashews in a smaller pan, and then transfer them to a blender and blend it until it's fine. Add in half a cup of water and blend it until it's smooth. You may need to scrape down the sides if it gets stuck. So that's our cashew cream done. Just transfer it to a small cup or bowl. Next we're going to make our knödel, so add in 1 tablespoon of margarine to the same pan that you used for your cashews and toast your bread in it. You can leave them like this as croutons, otherwise transfer them to your blender, add in 3 tablespoons of your cashew cream and 1/4 cup of water and blend until it forms a dough. And form some small balls with your hands. Fry them in 1 tablespoon of margarine until they're golden brown. Now back to the sauce, so when your leek and onions have softened and golden, it's time to add in your broth. Bring it to a boil and then let it simmer for around 10 minutes. Remove the bay leaf and then it's time to blend it. You can blend everything together for a completely smooth sauce, but I like to leave a few bits of onion and leek. Add your sauce and mushrooms back into the pan and let it simmer until the mushrooms are slightly cooked. Then add in your cashew cream and give it a little stir, and then add in your cherry tomatoes and stir that as well. Just let that heat up for around a minute or 2 and then add in your seasoning, so your salt and pepper. Give it a little mix and then it's time to plate up. This recipe makes enough for 2 people. I used 8 mushrooms and 8 tomatoes, but you can of course add a few more in if you like. You can also actually leave out the tomatoes, rockets and sprouts, but I like to leave them in for a little pop of colour, and they also help break through the creaminess. So I hope you like this recipe. Let me know what else you'd like to see on my channel. Bye!